Maureen is in need of a second date update this morning, and she's going to tell us all about it. Hey, Maureen, how you doing?
Hey, guys. I'm doing pretty good, trying to stay cool.
Yeah, right?
In many ways, because I'm really hoping that this turns out to be positive. It honestly was one of the best dates I've ever had, and I'm really surprised that he hasn't gotten back to me. And I'm just hoping that you guys can figure out what went wrong, because I've gone over it 1,000 times and I can't think of anything. I mean, it went really well.
Okay. What'd you guys do?
We ended up going to lunch, nothing fancy or super committed, just a nice lunch. And it was great. And we hung out for an hour, and he was, it sounds weird, but it's the best date that I've been on in years, where there's no awkward silences. We had a lot to talk about. There was nothing, that seemed like red flags. He didn't look at his phone once.
Oh, wow. So he's fully engaged.
Yeah, he was totally there, and everything seemed to be going really well. And I said, I have to get back. And he said, I'll walk you to your car, which I thought was really sweet. And we were kind of talking, and he hugged me. He didn't try to kiss me or anything. If he did, I probably would have, but he was just a perfect gentleman. And then he'd asked, do you want to go out to dinner now? Do you want to go on another date? And I was trying not to act too excited, but I was like, yeah, that would be awesome. And so I noticed that he went back into the restaurant. I don't know if he forgot something or had to use the bathroom or whatever. So I just got in my car and I left. And I waited. I didn't call him the next day or text him the next day. But after 3 days, I texted him and he just never responded. No, I don't want to go out with you, or something happened, and these days when you're dating, it's so easy for people just to ghost you if the date didn't go well. Right. But it went really well.
Well, he said he wanted to plan a dinner.
Yeah, no, he's the one, because we both agreed we would just meet for lunch. It's shorter, it's not that serious. And then he said, now I'd really like to take you someplace nice, which I thought was really sweet, because we split the lunch, which is fine by me. It was our first date. But then he asked me out to go to dinner. He's like, you know what? Let's go ahead and plan something nice. Let's go have a nice dinner.
Great.
So I was really looking forward to it.
But he didn't make any firm plan.
No, but
I'll text you later with the details kind of thing?
Yeah, when you go on dates and you can kind of tell when somebody says, oh, we should do this again. You don't really...
Right.
I don't really put much weight behind that, but when he hugged me and he looked at me and he was like, now I want to take you out to dinner. So he was making it really clear that he wanted something that's more time invested, because we both work and both of us spend a lot of time with our families, which is awesome.
Right.
So you want to make sure, especially because it's summertime.
Yeah. And was this a weekday lunch?
On the weekends and... Yeah, this was a weekday lunch, yeah.
That's why you needed to leave and get back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, typically if I had a lunch date with someone, especially if it was a first date, I do think that's significant that he walked you back to your car. Even if the date went well, I could see him maybe giving you a hug in the restaurant and then you parting ways as he goes back to work and you go back to work. But the fact that he walked you back to your car when he probably needed to use the bathroom, which I'm assuming is why he went back into the restaurant, is significant.
Well, I thought so too. I just thought it was a very
chivalrous,
proactive, just a nice guy. Yeah, it was really cool.
Okay.
And then he said, now I want to take you out to dinner. So,
well, why don't we do this? We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll call John and try to get an answer once and for all and just see what's going on with him. I mean, who knows? He could have gotten busy, or maybe work dumped a big project on him at the last minute that's got him consumed right now. I don't know. But whatever it is, we'll figure it out. As Second Date Update continues, we'll call John on behalf of Maureen next on Cincinnati's Q102. Okay, so Maureen, I don't even know how she met John, but their first date was lunch. It was like a weekday lunch, so I guess that's how you spent your lunch break because you were working that day, no?
Yeah.
But you guys hung out for about an hour, and then you had to go back to work. But nothing went wrong. I mean, she's thought about this at least 1,000 times, tried to figure out if anything could have possibly been misunderstood or misinterpreted or gone wrong or a cue that was misread. And she just feels like all around this was tops from beginning to end.
Especially since he said, hey, let's do this again. I'll take you to dinner next time.
No question.
Yeah.
But, of course, 3 days passes, and she still hadn't heard from him. And so she texted him, and, again, nothing back from him. So it's just weird that he would put that out there and not follow up. The only other thing that she mentioned that might be a factor, it might not, is that after he said goodbye to her, he went back into the restaurant. We don't know if that was to use the bathroom or what.
Maybe he was doing like some speed dating. He was just ushering one in for the next.
Right. Wouldn't that be funny?
All right, well, let's give the guy a call.
Hoping that's not the case, Maureen.
I hope not either.
Hi, can we speak to John, please? Hello?
This is Mask is calling.
It's Jeff and Jen at Q102. Is this John?
Why are you? What's up? Did I win something?
You know what? If this works out, I always tell people who ask that question, we'd love to send you to dinner. You mind talking with us on the radio for a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
So we spoke with a friend of yours this morning who was telling us about what a great guy you are.
Okay.
Said you're a great listener, good-looking dude.
All right. Yeah.
And a great lunch date.
Lunch date. More. Okay. Now that's the one that got me. Is it Did Maureen call you?
Did you say Morgan or Maureen?
Maureen. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Maureen. Did you have a lunch with Morgan too?
No, I don't. No, I don't know. I don't know any Morgans. I'm just a little bit flummoxed that that you're calling me from the radio.
Oh, we didn't know if you were doing speed lunches.
No, that was the first lunch date I've been on in a while.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway,
is this? Well, yeah. What is this like a date thing or what is this?
Yes, Maureen told us about your lunch date and said she had a great time.
Yeah.
And in fact, I got to tell you, she said it was one of the best dates she's ever had, for whatever that's worth. I mean, that obviously says a lot about you and the impression you made on her. But she was left with the impression, based on what you said to her, not that you owe her anything, but she said that you suggested they get together and have dinner. And then she never heard back from you, and she tried to reach out, and you haven't responded. So we're just checking in to see how things are going.
I've been totally avoiding her, like trying just to.
Avoid
I don't
her?
know.
Why?
I didn't want to have this conversation, but I guess if she's going to be this persistent, then I have to.
Did you mean it when you said we should do a proper dinner?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was absolutely, totally planning on taking her out to like a nice dinner date and moving forward with everything.
Okay.
But
something changed?
Kind of after we said goodbye, I saw what she did after I went back into the restaurant, and it kind of ruined everything.
You saw what she did after you went back into the restaurant. First of all, why did you go back into the restaurant?
Oh, I just had to use the bathroom real quick. Like it was one of those, you're sitting there on a first date, and so I didn't want to get up during the date and go to the bathroom, so I just kind of ran back in real quick.
And what was she doing while you're running back into the bathroom? I thought she left.
So on her way out of the parking lot, she hit my car and drove
your
off.
Car?
Yeah, and then just took off. It ended up, she backed, when she was backing out of her spot, she backed right into my car, like $600 to my bumper, like total jerk move, and just like so uncool. Like, I don't even know if she knew it was my car, but
okay.
I was sitting there watching, and there were other people in the parking lot who saw it too. So it was, they wrote down her tag information, so they handed that to me. And I was pissed that she hit my car, but then I was really surprised that she was the kind of person that would do something like that. Like,
well, I'm not that type of person. I didn't hit your car. I'm totally shocked right now. And even if I did hit somebody, I would never just leave. Like, why would you? Because I saw you, and it sucks. Like, I enjoyed our date. I had a fun connection, and then I saw you back out, hit my car, and then drive off.
But John,
you know what?
Assuming she's telling the truth and she's not aware of it, why wouldn't you have called her out on it?
That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'd know that if I hit a car, and I didn't. If nobody was there, I certainly would have left a note. And if I did, why didn't you call to get my insurance information?
Because honestly, I was so just disgusted with the whole thing, and I didn't want to have to deal with you in any capacity. I just wanted to fix my car. I just wanted to be done with the whole thing.
For $600? Okay, we went to lunch. I saw the car. You told me the kind of car that you drove. You have a Toyota Corolla. I have a Lexus. Why would you not, if I did hit your car, this isn't, oh my God, I'm getting so upset. If I had hit your car, there's no way that you wouldn't have contacted me about information, because people just don't have $600 lying around, and what it would cost
this
you
is
then.
Insane. You're totally gaslighting me. There were other people in the parking lot who saw you.
Then
Maybe you
why
didn't feel when you hit the car, but they saw you and they wrote down your license plate number.
And so then why didn't you, if it was me, I guarantee you nobody is just going to let somebody drive off with a $600 that
I wouldn't either. I mean, unless I was someone who was just so petrified of any kind of confrontation.
Well, I'm letting loose now because I've been called on the radio
all these days.
Yeah, but
I didn't want to deal with you. I didn't want to deal with this whole thing, and now I'm on the radio doing it, and it's insane. And you're over there saying, "Yeah, it was worth it to me." It was worth it to me, the $600, to not have to deal with this.
I don't. You know what? You sound crazy because.
Okay, so Maureen, let's say that John decided to call you and say, "Hey, do you know you just hit my car? Like, that was my car you just hit in the parking lot." What would you have said?
I would have told him no, it wasn't, because it wasn't.
So there's no damage to your Lexus, Maureen?
No, and that's the thing is, it's like, I'm sorry I'm yelling, but I'm super pissed. I'm not a girl who cares like how much money a guy makes. I make my own money, which is why I said, yeah, it's fine. We can split lunch. And like I said, he had told me that he's had the same Toyota Corolla for, because he's saving money and he's being smart and all of that. Okay, great. But if somebody who owns a Toyota Corolla got hit by somebody in a Lexus,
oh yeah, I'd be suing.
They're just going to say, "Oh, never mind. I just don't want to deal with you." That's going to cost.
That does seem kind of odd, John.
How does it seem odd? Like, I just didn't want to deal with the situation. I just wanted to get my car fixed and move on. I didn't want to have to call you and have this conversation.
Okay, so if there is in fact security footage of this happening, I'm sure Maureen, because it wouldn't be the first time someone bumped someone and was unaware of it. I know I have done that with minimal damage.
But bumping is different than smashing. He's saying $600. There's no way that somebody wouldn't file a report. And you just met me. It's not like we've been dating for 2 years and you didn't want to deal with me again. You just met me. We spent an hour together.
But now you're making me want to go to the cops. See, you pay for this because I'm so sick of your attitude.
You can do it.
I was going to just move on, but now you got me on the radio, and you're over here saying that what I'm saying isn't true when I've got witnesses, and it's just, this is
then do it.
You're being stupid right now.
All right, guys, we're going to end it now. Thank you, John, for taking the call. I'm very sorry about your car. If you wish to file charges or pursue this or whatever through your insurance company, that I would imagine is still an option for you. And I'm sure if it's found out that Maureen did in fact your car, that she will make it right. If not, and this is one big misunderstanding, I think you would owe her an apology in that instance. But I guess we won't know until we hear from one or more of you.
I'm going to go gather some evidence, and I'm gonna deal with this because you
already have the evidence, remember? You don't need to gather it. You already have it. You have those witnesses, remember?
You're insane. This is, wow.
No, I'm fine with that. I hope.
Well, keep in touch with us and let us know how it all pans out.
If the video appears, I would love to send us a link.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, good luck. I mean, at least when you hit my car, you owned up to it. You told me almost right away.
Well, you were standing right there.
I remember witnessing it.
Which car?
My Nissan.
Wasn't that at your townhouse?
It was, but I don't think I actually saw it happen. I think
I thought you did. I thought you did. I thought it was right when I dropped you off and I was backing out right in front of you and you started laughing and you went, "You just hit my car."
Oh, did I?
And I said, "Yes, I did."
Well, then never mind.
Oops, sorry.
That was a long time ago. That had to have been almost 20 years ago.
It was, well, because we were both living in those townhouses. We were, 3 doors down from each other or something.
Neighbors.
For like the first 6 months.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Is that the only time you hit my car?
That's what I'm wondering. Did I hit your car another time?
Probably.
Was it you, Fritchie? Somebody hit me in the parking lot at Reading.
I did. I hit Holly's car. Oh. Remember, she bought that brand new Infiniti, and I backed right into it.
Nice
I
work.
might have hit you again in the Reading location.
Right. Maybe.
It's possible.
Well, it was easy to hit, not to say this, but it was easy to hit cars in that parking lot.
Yeah.
Because they were so tight. Remember, the parking spaces were so tight.
I hated that parking
And even
lot.
when you would go to back up, like I could hear, when I hit Holly's car, I could hear my sensor going beep, 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 beep.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I can't get out. I got to keep backing up. And then I just, bam.
Yep.
And you hit it.
Thank God there was no damage. Thank God.
Yeah, I've been dodging Jen Jordan's car for years.
Decades.
Yeah.
You got to look out.
One of these days, she's going to get me.
This
Well, you
parking
know
lot
what's
is way
bad?
better.
What's bad is my mom's, Sienna, has the sensors on the front. So when you're pulling into a parking space and you're getting like close to a car, it beeps in the front.
does?
In the front too.
Yeah.
My car doesn't have that. But if I get used to driving my mom's car and then I get into my car,
Oh, yeah.
I have noticed that I'm like, oh my God, I'm really close to that car, but I was waiting for a beep.
Right.
It's like I got trained on the beep, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so I have to be really careful.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, because I'm asking for it.
I don't even know if my car does that.
Yeah, mine has the back, but not the front.
Well, coming up, your shot at $1,000. You can win in the 1K letter of the day and put that toward car repair bills.
Or
Pay
just
the guy at the
maintenance.
body shop.